Welcome to Thursday stream, where we usually read the book, but today we have a special game going on, which is the first game of Satomi's examination to become a pro. My only problem is I don't know where to exactly find the kifu of it that doesn't have a commentary with it. So maybe we can do it on the Shogi and take a look there. Technically, the kifu is free on Shogi Live, so you all could take a look at it there, but I don't know how to show it on the computer while it's a mobile app. Maybe the Shogi is good. Good morning, Yellow. Good and you? Also, Lishogi had some great update. Mostly graphical is my understanding. Although I think they had like some smaller like computer upgrade and other stuff. Anyway, they're improving it a lot and it looks amazing. So if you guys didn't check it out, definitely check the updates they made. Question mark. Oh. Team Batoru. 6 days. Should we join that, guys? Constitution Day in Ukraine. Alright. Satomi game. I was thinking of just making a study room. Oh, whatever. Why not? Shogi Live. Shogi Live is this app. This one. You can, it's in English. Like you can download it on App Store or Google Play. Normally you have to pay for subscription to see more than 30 moves per game, and you know the games they're showing is limited, but games like Satomi's examinations are free. You can just download the app and watch it. And also I think it says that 2 weeks you can watch it for free. You can use the app for free fully, so if you didn't use it you can just download and get 2 free weeks. All right, so I'm gonna try to copy that. How do they name her actually? 5 crowns. Crown, 5 crowns. English. I shall let native speaker to figure it out. The Biomi will be soon, so Satomi didn't have much time left. Oh wow, they give this cool game information of players' pictures and so basically they have 3 hours per player, then probably 1 minute Biomi. It's played in Osaka, and it's first game out of 5. If Satomi wins 3, she becomes pro. If she loses 3, she doesn't. Also notice the new graphics, yeah? Notice the new graphics. I think they look great. And instead of using the blackboard as I used to, I changed it to this universe one looking. I really love it. I don't know about you guys. Um, 15 seconds. Wow, okay. Oh, that's not what happened. And this is the position I saw. It seems to be the newest one as well. Seems like a good promotion. Thanks for sharing. The graphics are more noticeable with the board you're using than the one I use. Maybe I'll have to change it. Yeah, I really love how they actually fixed the check pieces. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, they were like this, so it was really hard for me personally to like see pieces I would put in darker board. But once they added this, well, shadow, like the 3D aspect, no matter which which board you use, it actually pops out. But I'm so used to the dark board right now that I'm like, yeah, let's try those tiny stars, which are like not as invasive as if they were in the past, and it just looks great in my opinion, especially with the light blue harbor background. Beauty. They also fixed pieces in hand, I believe, a little bit, and I think they're working on like the compact mode, and once they implement that, I would use that. I like how they implement all of them. What's a streamer manager? All right. Should we also add only shogi.org so that it pops up as being online? The stars are great. I would really appreciate compact mode. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Do I have the automatic update on? Preferences, automatic update every 45 seconds, please. Sound, please. Keep screen on. I don't want to die of the battery. Update. Okay. The update has been made. It's like this. So if you guys watched the game, it's on Abema, right? And they have like live analysis of who's winning. And if you buy that premium account on that live streaming application, it also will show you the computer analysis. Yeah, if you click under the player, it will show you what computer is predicting and what's the score currently. It shows you always. I actually don't have premium here. I would watch it on Jean's phone usually. So unfortunately, I don't know who's winning right now. Maybe that's better. The general feeling of the game, like from the beginning, was that, oh yeah, Satomi playing central rook. This vanguard pawn on the edge you know, it's quite significant. The problem is Satomi is Gote, so she invested 2 moves for that, which might be a little bit bad. So in exchange of that, what happened is static rook exchanged the rook pawn, which of course, as we know, is an advantage itself. So we have those 2 advantages fighting each other, and the question is who's gonna prevail in the end, yeah? But then we have, of course, static rook activating the silver, and Satomi perhaps content with the king being here. She goes for a pawn push in the middle. She's not afraid of bishop exchange because then she can activate the silver. It's so cool. Perhaps moving the rook back at some point first, but the enemy, of course, refuses. And this is the standard like shape, this one, like the gold here. The gold could be played here as well to force them to exchange. It would be the exact same shape. It's just how they do. And static rook, usually what they does, you know, we had a vanguard pawn here. Now static rook will have control over this file. And they open the bishop. This move is particularly painful. It's again a vanguard pawn, but also the bishop line is very powerful right now. As center, you really like this position, yeah. Gote is playing very passively, allowing the kurai. And here, I believe if we were to drop the pawn, this pawn push or silver move would happen. So the fight begins, yeah, like this, and center decides to go here instead. So we have to consider this position as our starting point. You can see the goat is pinned to this pawn. The rook is always putting pressure here. The bishop activity is definitely playing part here, and the question is this rook better than the other? We do have a disadvantage of gold, so having this advantage of rook for static rook doesn't seem too bad. The castle is better, but the edge is a problem. It's like equal, yeah. Those advantages are balancing each other out. So then this happens, we activate the bishop, move the king away, making this gold hang, but also on the other hand, the king is further away from the center. And this move is a particular move played in central rook bishop exchange, and it's a horrible one to defend. Basically what they're targeting is simply silver drop here, and Satomi had to drop the silver here to prevent that. It looks really, you know, painful, but it's something we had to do. In exchange, static rook is stuck with the bishop over here. Wood theme, like for the board or for the pieces, Lily? Bishop here will be stuck, so it's an exchange. Yeah, silver stuck, bishop stuck. Of course, bishop will be easier to activate than the silver, so a little bit maybe center is gaining advantage. Here, yes, we do have a weakness here, but I was thinking about this position a little, and my conclusion was that if center does this, it's really hard to stop them. So we want to do something while we can. And yes, we have a weakness, but we're going to live with it, yeah. So clearly if we take this, you know, the silver dice, so center defended here, and this is where the computer evaluation did like whoop. And this is where Satomi should have taken here, and I think retaken this pawn. Taken, pawn drop, pawn push, and this exchange of those 2 pieces on the sides would favoring Gotha a little bit, because before we couldn't take it with the gold because of silver drop, but now they dropped the silver, so we were able to retake it. Like this, this silver drop doesn't exist anymore. Then the bishop gets a little bit distracted of the center. And this is why maybe Gote had a chance. This happened, this didn't happen though. This happened, bishop drop, which made it equal again. And here, just because simply this bishop of Sente's is better than this bishop, Sente has the advantage here, yeah? But Satomi got a fighting move. This move, I was getting really excited because the computer reading was different. I don't remember which move right now, but bishop maybe here, was it? There was a different move that goes for slower pressuring. And this knight drop went really aggressive, which gave Gote a chance. It seemed, you know, if we take, we have suddenly Tokin next. If we take, suddenly we have a Tokin next to the king. So clearly Gote is winning. They had to retake. And here we had chance to do some magic. Now once more around here, it was a big decision for Satomi to go this direction. Seemed like Sente gained a little bit points here. And the problem is in this position, that's, you know, the stream started here. Gote has a rook, a knight, and a goat. That's 3 pieces, right? It's probably not enough, especially that we have like bishop drops around here. Really painful moves. So it's like the last chance for Satomi to do anything. Pawn 6-5. I see. So what's happening currently is the edge pawn was pushed because we're trying to surround the king, right? Like, speaking simply. Pawn drop. Of course, if we take it, we have a knight drop. So Sente will try to defend right now, defend everything, because they cannot really out-attack this castle position. This castle safety is too much compared to theirs, so if they go for mutual attack, they're gonna lose naturally. That's what we learned on our Thursday streams. So, because enemy doesn't have enough pieces, we have this additional theme of, oh, if we block all of their possible attacks, we're gonna win. So they strongly drop the gold here. Satomi has currently 28 minutes left. The gold defends both, you know, land stakes, knight drop. If the land stakes like knight drop, this gold defends them all. Shinchura noise. Here you go. And it looks like a solid move, honestly. So Satomi, no. Normally you would say, if you don't have enough pieces, take more. But we don't have that option. If you look like clearly. Maybe something like this, you know, trying to put pressure here. But rook is still hanging, so... Pawn 6-7. Yeah, so I like the idea that if we take, the rook takes, and then there's a knight drop, checkmate threat. But I think the pro-mentioned silver drop here, which would defend many different threats at the same time. Like the knight drop here, like the pawn redrop, this would be quite solid. Personally, I was considering silver drop here as well, same idea. Yeah, basically one way attack is defended with one move. And if you manage to continue attack, defend, attack, defend, attack, defend, eventually, in this case, because of not enough pieces, the attack will run out of steam. It's acknowledging that the pawn exists. It's reading one move deeper. I see that if you take the pawn and I retake it, you have a knight drop to 7-6. So instead of taking the pawn and allowing your rook sabaki, I will prevent your original target of pawn promotion by taking away the square for the knight drop. At the same time, attacking this square, right, with the silver. So it's like a multiple cross move. Really, really strong one. Okay, we have a pawn drop. So because we don't have enough pieces, light drops like this one mean a ward to Satomi. Well, target is clear, make a pawn promotion, and then make tokens around the king so that the attack continues. Just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what the Abema is showing as a computer evaluation.
けどね、どこで打つかわからないんですが。
I'm not gonna share that fact. Currently Satomi has 25 minutes. Sente has 43. And I also noticed something that Abema has maybe some policy that only the person that's explaining on the right side is touching the pieces. I don't know if you guys noticed that. The explanation helper, they don't ever touch the board. And I don't know how to feel about them. How to feel about this. I mean, definitely makes it the board more clear when less hands touch all the pieces, right? So yeah, there is this bishop drop here that's gonna defend while attacking the rook. And you know, once the rook is gone, like let's say it just escaped somewhere there. Once the rook is gone, like this king gains all the square of life, right? So this king will be unstoppable. You could argue, yeah, this king is safe. It has 3 generals, woo! But I mean, for how long, yeah? I guess the only mistake you can make is like make a nifu here. It's very important to notice that. But at this point, yeah, if we just harass this rook, get it to the hand, put our king into save mode. Like all we have to do is activate this rook. What would be the fastest way to do from there? I guess like the fastest way, if we had a rook drop, you can sacrifice this for the silver and drop the bishop. So once we have the rook, this speeds up very nicely, right? Silver, I guess, because we dropped the bishop here. So that's what Senta is counting on, probably, like slowing down the attack and then counter-attacking strongly. Okay, reading the chat, sorry about that. Drop where your opponent wants to drop, exactly. Why don't go to strike at the center instead of pushing the edge pawn? Because they want, like, if you compare this situation to simply going here, if you were just go here, they still have a gold in the hand, and you have no control over this king well-being over here. But once you import those 2 moves, you kind of force them to defend with this gold here, meaning they cannot use it around here, right? So you widen your spectrum of your attack. That's probably the way she's thinking. I noticed it seemed like there is there it also seems like they are explaining some things which don't necessarily need to be explained. Like one point, the helper responded to a pin being shown Naruhodo and their pro. Yeah, I mean, that's their role as a helper. Basically, you have this master, like advanced teacher, professional who teaches you. And then the exact role of the helper is to somewhat translate the difficult concept that the pro is explaining to even so that a beginner would understand it. That's exactly what the role is. So if he said Naruhodo to a simple pin, that's the perfect response he can have. All right, they didn't play, they just analyzing the move, yeah. Hi, TTV Netty. I think we wanted to read the book, but I'm getting too involved in that game, guys. Bishop Double. So yeah, the question is, where does the rook go to? And as we said, once the rook is gone, actually the computer line is somewhat of a, they run, we drop the pawn, you promote, we promote. So this would be unstoppable. All right, we don't have to harass the rook anymore. We can just make use of our strong bishop. So the point is, they say something that aren't necessarily thinking, but which less experienced audience member maybe. So the way it works is like they take this position, and yes, they can read many moves ahead. But the first step you do in this position, you consider this move. And then, you know, in your Shogi brain, you calculate, oh, they have to run because the rook will be taken, blah, 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 blah. But instead of going in those details, you first explain, oh, why is this a good move? Yeah, so it's not necessarily explaining something wrong or something like specifically created for the beginner to understand. No, they're just explaining like which step they've taken to arrive at this conclusion, right? So they slow down their thinking process for the viewer, you know, which is how you learn shogi. Yeah, you have to learn move 1, and then you learn sumain 3, sumain 5. So they just limit their reading ability to like this lower spectrum for the viewer. So it's not like they're, I mean, they kind of making themselves sound dumb, yes, but for a good purpose. And sometimes, because sometimes, you know, obvious things are not obvious. Especially for a pro, things that are obvious for them, it's like totally different level. But that move that seems obvious, they put a lot of background check into it as well. This is why they have those times where they speak nothing, because they evaluate really every possible move, and they're like, oh yeah, this naturally looking move is correct. But they have like 10,000 different ideas. All right, so bishop is what was played. And now what they're basically saying is that this rook, probably we have to protect it, but they're gonna drop the pawn anyway. Like, we don't even bother with this rook anymore. Gote may be like, please take this rook, and Santa would be like, nope, your rook is bad and you should feel bad. Something like that. So yeah, this bishop, by the way, this is Kobo, according to the comment. We learned about Kobo in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, Kobo the move attacking offensive Komodo dragon. This is the exact in-game example. It protects the pawn promotion, protects this square as well as, you know, it puts pressure on the rook and indirectly on the king as well. So now, because it does two things at the same time, you know, all this time here, center had the initiative. Center has the initiative, center has the initiative, center has the initiative. This move, if there was a pawn here, this move would be only defending, but because it exerts pressure on the rook, suddenly it has the power to take back the initiative from Gote. And now Gote has to be the one defending. And unless they have a combo move again, their turn will never come, right? So for example, if we're talking pawn drop, suddenly center is continuing with a pawn drop, yeah? Because it's center's turn now. So Gote's other objective will be to exert pressure on that bishop in order to delete it, because it's such a good bishop. So here you can see Satomi attempt to take back the turn, yeah, attacking the silver, because, well, we are fighting for the turn with our dear life. But, yeah. The next move is most likely this one, and basically, you know, the pawn that she dropped is wasted. This silver becomes active again. It looks a little bit hopeless. Hi, Melkor. How do I show fish without audio? Bull. Oh, I know. It's easier way. Cannot make this picture bigger. Here. All right. Welcome to the beautiful world of Shogi Harbour memes. Very uncomfortable indeed. The computer also agrees, unfortunately. The enemy has 45 minutes, Satomi has 18. Her chance, it feels like, has passed on, sadly. Yeah, the diagram looks like this, basically. Move by move, center is getting better. Her opponent is actually very strong. According to our Harbor research, he has a really good win rate this year, even though he's a fresh pro. So the way the examination work is like they take the newest 5 for dance. I don't know if you guys knew, so freshly out of Shoreikai, you need to fight against them. Hello, C-Triple. So, I mean, this is the most active square for the rook to go, but probably the silver will come here, meaning deleting an attacker. The rook, as you can see, can go only to those squares. And then we'll just continue pressuring this rook. Also, Nifu is possible, so if the rook goes here, maybe silver drop around here. It goes here. We actually have to defend it properly, right? Because the silver is hanging. If we force them to drop the silver again, it would be nice. It would be nice, but like we wouldn't have a follow-up. So maybe that's the difficulty in this position. Even if we take it, they're gonna come here, attack us again. If we go back, they can sabaki the rook. And this is kind of terrifying prospect to have. There are different moves possible, like silver 5-4. Or even 5-4 drop, according to the computer. This one seems the most natural. It's like, after this move, what do we do? Type of question. Like at this point, if we were to defend and they go back and we drop pawn, they're gonna drop the pawn. I mean, actually, the promotion doesn't target much. Like, it's a fight of endgame reading, and this is why the opponent is spending time here, because they wanna outread what's going to happen. Hey, homegrown and organic chaos. Nice. Oh, yeah, I will have to. All right. Will Nifo happen? Well, hopefully not. The computer is crazy. It's like silver takes 5-6, rook goes back, silver drop for 5. Like, why? Why? They point out interesting move on the live stream that something like this might happen. You know, Sabaki the rook and stuff. I guess the main question is, can Gote Sabaki the rook for the bishop? And for Senteis, can we prevent it, kinda, yeah? Or should we prevent it? Okay, they're showing some crazy line that would lead to something like this, but yeah, I mean, this would be a fighting move, yeah? What do you think of Ureshinori? Possible. Alright, so silver drop was made. So now the rook has only one square to go, technically, which is here. These all are protected. If we go here, maybe we can pressure it with this bishop or this bishop. I think this bishop seems more reasonable because it opens the rook line and continues the protection here. Then the rook will have to be sacrificed. And you know, we end up with 2 golds. And something like this isn't enough to checkmate this king. Yeah, we need one more piece. We also can like defend it, but then the knight drops, so maybe not. Like, of course, if they walked into checkmate, that would be nice, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, probably something like this will protect everything. Or if we can find a way to counter-attack in this position. There's no need, is there? Just like this. It also looks painful. This. If they drop the knight, just go up. Exchange this gold, yeah. In fact, maybe we can take it. Drop it immediately. We just need one more piece to do so. Because we have only rook, right? Maybe too much. So the problem with this silver was apparently rook going here. And here we could have promoted or pushed this pawn. But he dropped the silver. Imagine if he purposely blunders mate and since Satomi and Gambare, it's not going to happen. It's a specific. It would beat the purpose of the examination. I think they would make it not count, honestly. He's fighting for the honor of all the people that are in Shureka in a way. Like they have to show some level of, like they have to create a barrier for new people to enter, right? If you just allow anybody enter, it defeats the purpose. So it is expected of them to play at the highest of their ability. Yes, that's true, Lily. This is why it's so difficult. What are the terms of the exams? So Satomi had to qualify for the examination by having certain results against male pro. Then she had to apply for it and pay money. Then they set up 5 games, every month one, against 5 of the newest 4 dans. And then, depending on the results, she will become like a pro or not, and it's gonna be in a specific pro that goes to a specific class, and so on. It's gonna be 4 dan, but she needs to win 3 out of 5 games. And Furigama is made. She was gote, so the next game she'll be centered and gote and centered and gote. Yeah. So those are the basics. So it's easy to apply, but to become eligible, that's the problem. Who was the last person? Was the Orita sensei, as you guys know, the famous YouTuber. So you had Segawa was the first, then you had Imaizumi, then you had Orita, and now you have Satomi. All the predecessors, all 3 of them became pro, and they're sitting around 6 dan for now. I think Segawa maybe was 7. I'm not sure actually. No, I've read 6 today. And now it's Satomi's turn. To become eligible, you just need to like dominate the amateur scene, basically. Which move? Ooh, go drop. So it's not as easy as it seems. You know, Satomi, after years of dominating Lady Pro scene, only after that she started winning against male pro. Only after that she became eligible for the first time recently. Very close. It's very severe thing to do. Severe thing to achieve. Severe condition. Well, the idea is simply if they take the rook, we take the bishop. If they take, we make a tokin. So we exchange the rook for the bishop and exchange gold for a tokin. Then we will have bishop knight tokin, which still doesn't seem enough. But what we're threatening next... Oh, maybe instead of pawn, actually, sorry. So take. I was thinking bishop drop, but there is the pawn now here, so it doesn't work. Okay. Tokin. Like what Satomi is doing is like creating this ring around the king of the enemy. The problem is it doesn't have enough of a strength to like get to him. Now the enemy will use enough time to like calmly calculate how to survive this situation, and then Biaomi will happen and he's going to win. That's my prediction, but she went for silver? She did, okay. This is bad. Actually, it makes sense. So, like, if the bishop runs away, I don't know if you guys remember, like, I said in this position, this is a Kobo piece, and this is the piece we would like off the board, right? So we are putting pressure on this piece currently. So that's good. We also got a silver, so if now they allow us to take the bishop, we get a silver for free, well, for gold, and talking on top, so it's a good exchange. But as you probably can feel, we gave up the tempo completely. Santa has the control of deciding what's going to happen to their bishop and how, which is unavoidable at this point. But still, if Santa starts counterattacking strongly, they will be in trouble. I mean, rook drop for one seems nice to do because of this line. Eventually, we will do it. Yeah, it is scary indeed. Rook drop. Then we take the bishop. Okay. He's light years ahead of us, guys. I mean, the lightning speed techniques makes a good connection with the Shogi board, doesn't it? So the idea is that rook drop for 1 will be now very forceful. But we gave away the bishop. Yeah, I assume gold takes and then rook drop. We gave away the bishop, we have to consider some drops. It should be enough. Computer agrees it's enough. Okay, it happened. So takes, drops. So we are attacking the gold while threatening 7-1 silver. 7-1 silver, you know, it's... Okay, there's bishop for 4 according to the analysis still, which might be quite interesting. So this is why giving away the bishop early might turn against you. Well, so the idea is, I think they've shown a variation like this, and then we have the lance and we win slowly type of. I personally don't like this move, but I mean, it makes sense. It's just that it requires very careful calculation. I mean, he's a pro, he knows what he's doing. The bishop was dropped indeed. So in the previous line, without the bishop sacrifice. Whenever you drop the rook here, maybe there's a silver drop here, attacking the rook back, but also we take here. And both are winning, most likely. I know, yellow. I know. This is the position right now. All right, let's just consider it using our own brain power. So it's a check. We have to break it. If we sacrifice the rook here for the bishop, it's like kind of weird, right? Or is it weird? Well, we have a good rook. We wouldn't like to exchange for the bishop, but then we also have a good bishop. How do I explain? We prefer to keep the rook to have a nice attack. But in order to protect this bishop drop, we need to use the silver, most likely. If we use the pawn to 5-5, that's a little bit sketchy, isn't it? I mean, the good point is also that this rook can be activated at any moment. So it's sketchy, but that's what was played. All right, so we use the pawn simply to have continuous threat over here, yeah? So even though it's defensive, it's center. It's with taking the initiative, saying I defend, you defend. They defended as well, and it's our turn. The line that we have to be careful about will be like something around here, but currently, like if we take pawn takes, the pawn will be blocking this line. So it's fine. This shape is very strong, but its weakness is the lance drop. Or a pawn, but it's Nifu, yeah? So the biggest threat for center will be something like this for now, which is a great fighting move from Satomi, I think. Now also, you know, pawn 5-5 blocks temporarily the bishop, so center just cannot do moves like this. That also means Satomi cannot use the pawn around here, which again comes back to the problem, do we have enough pieces to continue attacking, yeah? Four generals, knights. We are down one big piece for Satomi, so it's a huge disadvantage, material disadvantage. And if center plays slowly, he's going to win, is the theory. Of course, he might dare to play quickly because that's what he just did. No, it's actually free on Shogi Life. This game is free. Because, yeah. I like the dragon kanji, it looks cute. So, as I said, center has a piece advantage, yeah, he's 3 big pieces versus 1 bishop. But of course, having them isn't enough, we need to activate them, that's what we did. So Tommy has 12 minutes left. Quite rough. Tokuda has half an hour. The rook promotion alone may not seem to have much value. Like it's not targeting much. But let's imagine it here. It already brings a lot of threat to it, right? So it's like 2 moves to powerful threats. Also, because the rook went here, this threat that we had before will stop existing. Yeah. So 2 things with 1 move. For Satomi, perhaps it would be natural to take the bishop, but considering those 2 active pieces, it's not as dangerous anymore, right? It's also blocked. The moment you take it, maybe this bishop will fall. Take goes here. We have to drop. It will be troublesome, so take. Gold is under attack again. We have to go here. It's kind of awkward, yeah? Not impossible. Do we want to keep the rook here is another question. Probably. We take, drop a silver for a gold. Quite painful, isn't it, when you start thinking about it? Yeah. 10 minutes for Satomi left. If you calm down and count, yes, Santa has a rook advantage right now, so based on that, Santa is much better. What went wrong for Satomi? My understanding is that around here she had a chance, which she missed, and it was equal. And later, around here it was still around equal, but this particular move is not what computer wanted. Of course, I'm not sure why, because I think I was taking a shower at that point. When I came back, it was like worse for her. And now we were analyzing like how exactly Santa had to win. We analyzed the fact that this gold defends everything. And now we're trying to use a kobo to take the initiative. Basically harass the rook. This move felt a little bit too aggressive, but I understand, yeah, making king weak, making it closer, dropping this rook with initiative. This bishop become kobo again. This is not the main line. Kobo again, but this forces defense again, so we still have the initiative. And now we're trying to utilize the rook advantage that we gained. Well, technically we gained the rook advantage here, right? So because this outcome is from decision about this was the critical position. So that's what went wrong for Satomi, perhaps. Okay, many moves were played. Rook promotion, bishop was taken indeed. This bishop was taken, okay. And bishop drop happened. So we are not saving the gold. I mean, technically, if we take, we have gold advantage on top of that, right? That of course means that our dragon is like super far away, and there is this rook drop that's gonna retake this piece. If we don't take it, also this square is now covered, which is the best square we wanted to go to. We can also take. It changes it slightly. The same idea. Seems disadvantage. The more material is lost here, it feels like it, yeah. Yeah, most likely the computer line is also something like this. So in this position, let's count. Center has 1 rook, 2 bishops, so 1 bishop more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 generals, 1 more than before. So we have bishop general advantage. Well, we're gonna lose the knight soon. And the pawns don't really matter, but we have 3 pawns in hand, which is also 2 pawn advantage. So currently the piece advantage is so huge for Sente, so huge. The only way you can win something like this is, oh, I sacrificed a lot of pieces to get to the enemy king, and now they are in no defendable position. My king is in Zetto, so I win by 1 move. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening, right? This king is still safe. So half of the win condition is gone. This is what was played indeed. And Sente actually has almost 90% win rate right now, win chance. There are many ways to defend this, like 7-9 gold drop, 5-9 silver drop. We have to use that piece because Nifu, yeah. Silver drop 7-8 also looks like we rebuilt Mino. I wonder why 5-9 silver would be better than that according to the computer. Maybe because it's just defensive move. And, you know, a knight drop, something like this will follow up. And we have to really carefully consider those. Mm, 7-9 gold drop seems a little bit better to avoid it. So the computer line is, sure, we gonna drop, you drop, I drop silver, and we just defend everything. No sleeping when Satomi is playing. I see many people wanna join the Blitz thing. We could join. Join team. It's join team, but the button says join. Pick your team, Shogi Harbour. Okay, we joined. When is it? 25 minutes? No, in 6 days. Okay, why does it say 25 minutes? It's like 5 games? 5 minutes, Blitz. 25 is like the time for the whole area, I assume. August 24. So it's Wednesday. So yeah, now we enter this part of the game which everything is decided basically. 2 dragons, yes. 2 dragons mean nothing if you cannot use them well. Already in Biomi, okay. Oh no, it's the yellow. It might be the one where you, when you have 10 minutes left, you decide when you start the Biomi reading and they tell you 30 seconds, 8 minutes left, 20 seconds, stuff like that. It might be the countdown that's not Biomi, yeah? Okay, that countdown, gotcha. So Mino, left side Mino is built, finally sent the castles. Yeah, I mean, different preferences, different, you know, each of them have different training as well, what you're used to. But generally, I would say like 5 or something. If you're really nervous, you start at 10. So they are showing some crazy line on Abema TV. With recreation of Anaguma. And then ultimately the king would be very safe, yes. So this is quite interesting position to study for us, because Gote is the one attacking, right? And if you are a beginner, like me 15 years ago, you would look at this position and feel like, oh no, we're under attack, under attack, under attack. And it feels like we are losing, therefore, yeah, because we're behind, yeah. But that's not what's happening. It's more like last resort for Gote. And here we can observe what Tokuda professional does to like survive. And we can see how exactly are you supposed to win a game like this. Specific setups only announce 55-second marks. Yeah, it's normal. It's like in the we have this Kiroku manual. It's in the manual. You can ask for that. And it's actually something you use often. The 55 mark is like weird, but also easier to read, yeah? Doesn't make you scared that you're in Biomi when you hear 30 seconds and suddenly 55 is like calmer. Oh, the gold was played. Here, okay. Scary. Okay. You know, he could have dropped general to like defend it strongly. He decided to move lightly. That's scary because you don't they just added an attacker, and instead of adding a defender, you avoided it. So it means they have the chance to add another attacking piece and therefore outnumber you. But we're in territory of this king wants to evacuate. Slowly in that territory. So there's a cool thing. The computer is proposing to take this, and knight retakes, and then the dragon comes here. So this would be toward that evacuation territory, yeah? Play. And me in my brain asked myself, what if the dragon takes? If you look carefully enough, the dragon will die. Well, okay, sure, the silver will die in cost of the dragon, probably. But, like, perhaps that's what's going to happen. And yeah, the king once more will run toward this space. So that's what this light move is about. It's about, we're not gonna stay here forever. we will eventually start running away. But there's of course chance for Satomi to outnumber the enemy. They're showing the exact same variation on Abema right now. Outnumber the enemy. And perhaps go for a sudden win. Yellow says maybe he tried to protect the center since Satomi has influence over the edge. So the edge doesn't have much value to us. Like, even if the king goes here, we just have those 3 squares of living space. If we were to go here, look how many squares it gives us, right? This is much better to run to. Toward our dragon too. Okay, I made too many arrows, yeah. It's just a little bit risky. In this silver takes, okay. A little bit risky. Okay, I will be back in a second. Yo, piano player. Satomi is losing. Tokuda-sensei is winning. So we are analyzing. Has a YouTube channel, okay. Four months ago, though. I got married. It's the last one. So what's happening around here is we have this very forced variation. Like, just, you know, Gotha has to continue attacking because we already established they were bishop general behind. The situation you know, didn't change here. Didn't change. Sente continues playing defensive moves. And yes, we kind of dragged the king away from the castle. I think it was unpromoted. Yeah, unpromoted. And basically, all we're gonna end up is probably this taking the knight. And this king managed to secure this escape route. With a singular knight and gold, you are not able to capture it. So now the last question is, now that Santa created the living space for the king, how they're going to finish the game. Yeah, because you can have a living space for a king. The question will be, how do you conclude the game? How do you win? The fastest way would be, of course, to threaten a knight drop here, as Yellow mentioned. Santa having the knight in hand is big. That's true. Suddenly the bishop drop here will be checkmate chat. Yeah, the dragon is epic. So basically, because the enemy has 23 minutes left, he can just take this position and literally read every possible move toward the end. Because he's a pro, it's quite instantaneous for him. Perhaps he's just trying to double check, triple check, quadruple check everything at this point. There are many correct moves in this position. I guess you just have to be careful about stuff like knight drop here in the counter attack. But let's say bishop drop, which is then knight drop. So natural way would be to bring a general hero drop or general. We drop anyway. They take, we take. We threaten more. In this situation, enemy has 2 knights, so you have to be careful again. We will end up giving them knight and bishop probably. Is this king surviving with those pieces in hand? Bishop drop would be quite painful, right? I'll go here. Fine. I think he pushed the pawn, did he? Knight drop happens. Hi, Alexander. Thank you, Jen. So here we are threatening this move. So knight drop will deflect our dragon somewhere else. And let's say they drop a pawn. Pawn drop is not a threat yet. It's very close, don't get me wrong, but like gold drop, king runs here. We have this square to run to. Dragon check, we can also defend with gold drop. So in this situation, like pawn drop, we can drop the bishop, but instead of dropping it here, we can drop it here or here on this line because we just open it. So this move de facto had double meaning. Yeah. Open up this line, certain the token, and open up this line both at the same time, which is pretty epic. And perhaps it's like inviting Gote to play this move so that it's easier to read at this point. Who knows? I'm not gonna lie, I'm so nervous I started eating snacks. Jak ten, you think? Just don't make Nifu contenti, yeah? I mean, there are still some interesting moves like dragon check. The problem is this square is open, so if you think about closing this square, this one opens. Yeah, it's not enough. Gold drop 7-9? Okay, so first of all, it's Gote to play. And 7-9 would be bad because of the gold drop. It would make you lose the gold. So let's say you pass a move and you drop the gold. I can drop the gold here. If the king goes here, he dies. Yeah. If you go here, then it doesn't defend it. If you go here, your king was pushed back down, yeah? So it's not Sume, but probably would take the lance and then target lance drop here. I mean, so the thing is, it doesn't make your king safer. Oh, I'm blind. You're right. Why can't you just take it? I'm stupid. I thought that I have a pawn here already. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, yes, in that case. For some reason I thought the pawn already. Like my whole analysis is like they drop the pawn here, so then something happens. So yes, they go to you just take it indeed. The point is though, like even if they drop the pawn here, it's not checkmate threat. So if we have our checkmate threat here, for example, defending this pawn, this rook move, and threatening something at the same time, making the king safer once more, what can you do? Yeah, gold drop, king runs to the only square, dragon check, can drop the gold to protect this square, and like you're gonna lose by one move. Yeah, we don't have the gold though. Maybe this is enough. So that's what we're going for, like this endgame combo deciding move. They're missing this piece, we're gonna use it against them. Satomi has 2 minutes left. The last hope is like Gyakuten, going for... Oh, her hair is actually a little bit brown. I think she changed the color. So you could imagine like, oh, there's like this great move, activates this piece, therefore this king will run here, but this piece is there and nothing can stop the king from being checkmated, but unfortunately such move doesn't exist. I mean, it's not the worst move, yes. There are faster moves to win. Now Satomi is in Biomi. It wouldn't be surprising if she resigns here. Sure. Oh, she resigned. So the first game of the examination unfortunately lost against very, very strong opponent. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still far from over. But it's unnecessary. Yeah, I wanted to check, like, in the previous years, the same examination. How was their result? So you have a different pro that would take the same examination. You have here is Orita Sensei. He would win his first game, for example, lose the next one, win-win. Imaizumi would be win-win. Ah, no, that's not it. Purushkin. So win-win, lose-win. How about Segawa? Segawa actually lost his first game and then won and then lost and then won. And there was like 6 game chosen for some reason. Oh, because he had 6 games maybe. Like if he loses 4, he loses. If he wins 3, he wins. That's kind of weird. So yeah, it was in the past that they would lose and still become pro. So nothing lost. Yeah, she still have a chance. Next game will be. We should set up event for our channel Discord again. Definitely. It's not here. Was it here somewhere? "22nd. All right, let's add it to the calendar. Create event. Satomi 2. 22nd of September. And it's Japanese time, which is 10 o'clock, which was like 3 a.m. or something here. Yeah. Was it 3 a.m.? Anyway, we're gonna give the link to this study. Watch it Abema or Shogi Live app or okay. Next. I set it. Alright. Nobody passed with perfect score. The best of 5, but Orita Imaizumi taken the best of 5 exam. Yeah. Tokuta's poker face is amazing. I mean, life. It's like, yeah, another day, another game, yeah. Yeah. All right. I feel like we should at least take a peek at the book just to see what we did last week, just to not get out of the habit of doing so. I'm slowly thinking what book should we read next as well. I have no idea. What did we do? deflecting. In today's game, how many techniques we saw from this chapter that we did last week? Space supremacy. We did have space supremacy. The dragon came from the enemy camp to our camp, right? Created space for the king. We didn't have that of a severe endgame to end up in the occupation theme. Jojo. We had the Jojo. We didn't have any of those techniques, but definitely we saw many multi-purpose moves in the game. Definitely. Like the rook for 1 was one of those. Threatening to take enemy gold while threatening checkmate threat. Well, the enemy castle, I guess, not actually checkmate check. We saw Satomi at the end trying to take initiative by making checks, but she failed to create combos, right? At the end, therefore, her attack run. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to take a look at this game again and answer that question that we asked. How do you win in this position where you have the big piece advantage, right? We ended up having big piece and small piece advantage here. How do we win this, yeah? So it's all about keeping your king safe, in fact. Here Satomi sacrificed another knight in order to get in. Once your king is safe, start creating counterattack. This king is actually like forever safe. We would be able to enter it as well if the enemy had too many pieces, but we don't even have to do it. We calculate, oh, they have a gold, they have a pawn. We're safe enough. Can attack slowly. The most impressive, perhaps, the move that gave tempo to the whole variation was this gold drop here. Yeah, the multi. It's like the best defender on the board. He defends knight drop, he defends the lance, any knight drop over here, it defends it all, right? So it was so powerful to see. This bishop being combo. This again, this is combo, yeah? Attacking while defending. Then trying to get rid of it. Activating the pieces. This is again, yeah? Kobo. This is Kobo as well. So this is why Satomi seemingly took initiative here. But in the end, this Kobo was stronger. Therefore, Sente continued. Yeah, this move here particularly is to get even more piece advantage. We take the gold for free here. Kinda. This move took some bravery to play because he just outread everything here. This take away the attacker. Master Shogi. So the king escaping route was important in this game in particular, getting to the safe zone. The space was occupied by the dragon. The king was moving toward the defender, right? The reverse check didn't happen, but we had combos. I would say reverse check is like a form of combo as well, but it's, yeah, less severe than the combo we saw was less severe. Maybe we can start reading like introduction to this chapter, what exactly we will do next time. Next time being 25th. Yes, we have stream, I think. Or do I have to already? The problem is next week I'm getting married, so most of the streams will be cancelled. I'm not sure about the book reading one. We'll have collaboration with Ollie on Wednesday as well. We're gonna see. So, Tsume. The path to Tsume. So, of course, we repeat the same thing. Shogi is about checkmating the enemy before he checkmates you, right? But of course, you know, it doesn't happen immediately. It's not like, oh, we have a checkmate winning forced Tsume on the enemy king immediately, yeah, forced checkmate. We have to build it up, build to it. So you will have moves like 2 moves to mate. You will have 1 move to mate, which is, by the way, Tsumero. And eventually you will have a mate. Or a variation leading to a mate, which is Tsume, yeah? So this is how we go for it. We have to go through those steps. That's the path that we're taking. This is a road. Doesn't look like it. It's a road, I swear. It's a road. A car road. Yeah. Your piece is taking the road to there. Todome no Kin. Speeding up to the end game. Yeah. So it's important to think about this road toward the checkmate. Depending on the situation, though, rather than order of moves, it's more important to know the conditions, win conditions, situational, yeah, win conditions. So both are possible. Perhaps this one is more practical. We're gonna see. For example, in the number 1. What kind of shape do we have to make to have the best winning chances? Not only, like, maybe not only the attacking moves matter here, but what kind of shape? Well, normally we would think about the attacking moves, so we do not have a way to make a check on this king, right? We have only 2 golds. They, on the other hand, they have a gold general here, which is a mate. So if I would think about the conditions, I would say, oh, I'm missing a diagonal piece. If we had time, well, I would move the Tokin or the dragon here, probably. So in this example, killer piece. Okay, the English came in. Okay, so Gote isn't in Sume. So defend, yeah, that's our rule that we had. But if you drop the gold here, they're simply gonna move the token back. and we added oil to the fire. All right. We have no way of preventing it. Also, it didn't help us have Tsume, so the situation didn't get better. So, by the way, if you had a bishop in your hand, the enemy will be very easily checkmated, right? Okay, so yeah, here bishop takes is an easy mate. Even if we push, they drop the gold, it's a mate. Even if you put the dragon here, you drop the gold, and it's over. So maybe you thought about this. Maybe you thought that if you have a bishop, this is going to be a checkmating shape. So bishop is the piece that we want. We want bishop. So if you were to be very aggressive about this, you drop the gold, horse takes, and you drop the gold again. They cannot give you the bishop because then they would die. And actually, they're missing one. Are they missing one? They're missing one gold general to win here. They need 4 to checkmate us. They cannot do anything to counterattack us here, so we win. And yeah, if they were to take, they push, we just continue chasing them. And we will have bishop drop here, forcing their escape route. So we want bishop. We will sacrifice everything for it. Yeah, that's simple enough. Yeah, we can sacrifice 3 gold, 2 golds because they don't have a mate. They can do nothing. Notice that we said we do need bishop, but here, if the bishop runs away, it's like we had this position, this gold is here, and this gold is here. So we magically put a gold on the board. Yeah, giving them 1 in hand. And suddenly we have enough time to play this. It's super cool. Super cool technique here. To summarize, in this way, using we identify the piece that we need in hand to checkmate the enemy piece as the killer piece, and it's gonna be our definition. So the bishop is the killer piece here. It's a very, very evil piece. It's a very, very killer evil piece. All right. Killer piece. And apparently it's gonna be called KP from now on. All right, KP. Let's do one more, shall we? So, again, instead of thinking of order of moves, like, oh, I played this, and then they played this, and then I played this. So instead of making this random line out of nowhere, we say, oh, I want this piece, yeah? How do I take it? Oh, wait, this gold drop is good. Oh my gosh, this gold drop is good too. Oh, now I have time, yeah? This helps you realize what is a good move in this position based on your win condition. So what is the win condition here? In win condition, is the main question. So we have our king, of course, in checkmate because they have 2 golds. They drop, move the gold, drop one, second one. We, on the other hand, need ... Which do we need? Well, clearly, if we had a general, gold or silver, we could drop it here. It's like Sudoku, guys. It's like Sudoku. If we had a bishop, it's a mate as well. What else do we can have? Well, basically, pawn, lance, knight, silver, gold, bishop, rook. So rook doesn't help us, right? Lance doesn't help us. Pawn doesn't help us. Any diagonal piece you drop here, any general you drop here, and a knight also helps us. Yeah, knight is good too, yeah? So this is how we, like Sudoku, you check all the numbers, 1, 2, 9. That's how you do it. So we notice that we are actually missing those pieces. We have rook and lance. They don't help us. Also, we're in checkmate. So this is our KP, yeah? This is our killer pieces that we would like to have. Just a side note, in this position, if you were just to defend, push this pawn, actually lance drop kills your king. Pushing this pawn, knight creates hishi, or like no defense situation. So there's no way to escape. Yeah, no escape. One move behind. This is the conditions that we start with. But if we only have those pieces in hand, we're gonna turn the game around. So how do we get that piece in hand? How? So remember here, we were in checkmate, so we had to defend. Here it also, because we're 1 move behind, indicates that we have to defend as well. Josh, my dear friend, the whole reason of us doing this stream every week on Thursday is because there's not a translate version of this book, and rarely there is a good English version of Shogi book. We're doing our best to create content around this by creating basically teaching materials in English. So welcome. But if you want some of the English books that are online, check our Discord. We have like whole beginner guidebook. I think we do mention the Art of Shogi and Habu's Words, which are good beginner books. This one is a little bit advanced, in fact. If you're strong though, I recommend you join our Thursday streams. So Contenti says, just defend with a rook drop. All right, rook drop. What does it do? We don't need the rook. Who cares about the rook? It's not our killer piece, so let's exchange it, That's what we're thinking in our minds. Even though rook is a very powerful piece to have in attack, suddenly we say, no, this is not what I want. Thank you for the follow, Josh. Welcome. So let's consider rook drop. I'm not gonna reveal the answer yet. I don't know the answer, actually. We have to scroll down to see. And we're doing one thing right immediately. We are saying, I want this gold, which is a killer piece. I want this gold and I shall attack your gold. So then they can say, oh, I don't want to give you the gold, so I'm going to block you. Well, you cannot block with the gold because we're just going to take it and drop, right? So they cannot give us gold. We just established they cannot give us gold. How about they promote the knight? Well, they cannot give us knight either because it's the killer piece, right? So how about the lance? Okay, and then what? Suddenly, lance drop makes our king safe. And then we use our second piece to create checkmate threat. So it's correct, Contenti. So yes, the thing is, if we have a gold or knight, we're gonna win. I guess we calculate the fact that they have only those pieces in hand to make it even simpler. We know that silver and bishop counts as well. They say gold and knight are the killer pieces. And then we are in mate, so we drop this to defend. They really would like to promote the knight, but then we take and it makes it ineffective. Before we read the conclusion, let's read here. Of course, they cannot let us take the gold because KP is those two pieces. So they have no way to continue pressuring our king. If they just move the gold away from the rook, lance drop wins the situation. And the conclusion. So even though we defend, yeah, we established that in the last stream that just defending is not good. Just defending is not good. But on top of that, what do we get? Sonzai o ryo sureba. Those kanji are killing me. Using the KP, iron wall, defense, display becomes true. Possible. How do I make it English? On top of that, we target to take killer piece. And I'm gonna make it simple. This is the multi-purpose move that we learn. So this is in fact not only defense. Yeah, it's defense and I'm threatening you by defending. I guess something like that. I don't know how do we explain that if we were to write a manga again. How do we say? So it's something like if you attack me, I will attack you back. And then that fact becomes an iron wall. So the only way I can imagine is this piece is weak for fire. And we not only used any protection, we used fire protection. And that fire protection, if they only had a different piece, yeah, it would totally break it because it's just one spell. But the fact that this piece is the killer piece makes this spell more powerful. Trap card, yeah, I guess trap card also works in a way. So it's like, how do we explain it better? Because if de facto what we do is we take a turn here. So de facto we also reflect their attack against them. Taking turn is important. De facto we slow them down. But why do we slow them down? Because we dance around the fact that around the idea of killer piece. So it's something around the critical point of their attack. I don't know how to phrase it better. Kinda, they are missing critical piece. They also... We too. So we both miss a critical piece. This is Shogi, yeah? Like in the end game, having this piece or not having it is a big. Here, if they only had a rook, that would be winnable. Here, if they only had another gold or another silver, it would be winnable. But they don't have it. For us also, because we have this lens and because we have this rook, it's winnable. Because we force this move, it's winnable. So it's like a dancing around win conditions. Like, you have it, you win. You don't have it, you lose. So something like that. That kind of feeling, all right, guys? If you give me that piece, I win. If you don't, you give me turn. Piece or turn. That's what we get from this rook drop. And this is why it turns around the game. Maybe this is our trap card definition. Either give me the piece or you give me the turn. You choose one, yeah? Choose one. Something like that. Let's go with that. Yeah. So we're gonna finish here. This is gonna be our new technique called killer piece or the trap card. It's literally that Pokemon card saying, or the Yu-Gi-Oh card saying, choose one, piece or turn. Both are winning for me, yeah? No matter what you choose, you lose. It's a very beautiful technique. And it is going to be part of the chapter of how do we set up checkmate threads, which is going to be much deeper topic. But just concentrating on those win conditions is going to be our first step. All right, guys? We're going to continue next week if I don't cancel it because of the preparations to the marriage. Thank you guys for staying on the late. We had the Satomi's game to watch as well. Hope you enjoyed both of those things. And I will see you on Saturday. I have a teaching stream as well in the morning. Then evening we do the casual study. Lots of work to do. Thank you so much. See you on the Discord. Bye bye.